This next person, I'm not even going to get deep into him. Russell Wilson. I mean, honestly, to me, anywhere he goes, he's going to be a factor. He's going to get them to the playoffs, might even get them to a championship appearance. Any other team he goes to. And I didn't understand, even when we were in the running to get Russell, I didn't understand it because you was already whining about paying Dak. You're not finna pay Russell. So you shouldn't even have been in the running. So, I mean, like, I understand it, but I was like, at the same time, y'all, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So let's just cope with reality. But Russell Wilson, pretty much anywhere he goes, he can make them a contender. I don't think he should go to the Bears. They got Justin. Justin was good last year. He was decent last year for the roster that they had. Very good, very good. And I feel like he's just going to grow. They need to get him some weapons. I think Allen Robinson is not coming back, and he barely played last year anyway. So they needed to let him go. They need to get young. They need to get – I say that'd be the one team where if they grow a little bit, if they get like just some weapons, that can turn into a team that's going to be in the playoffs next year. Because Justin Fields, he can make all the throws. He can run. He's well-rounded. I mean, I put it like this. At this point right now, I'll probably take Justin over Trevor. And that's after seeing everything as a whole, seeing the teams. Because, well, both really, the Jags and the Bears are trash. They're trash. They both, I think they both, they both got a change in coach. So, but I will say Trevor Lawrence is in a better position to succeed now because he got a good coach. Doug Peterson is a good coach. I don't care what y'all got to say. Even though that was an ex-rival, I appreciated what he did because he gave us competition. You couldn't just say we was coasting through the NFC East. When he was around, it was legitimate that we could not get there or we would not be at the top. So let's miss that. Doug Peterson is a good coach, though, period. So Trevor is going to improve. And then this whole Kyler Murray thing, I don't understand it because you finna get a fifth-year option. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, they say that whole little letter that he sent out talking about he wanted an extension. How could you say that when you just unfollowed them, stop messing with the players? How could you say that, though? Because your action is saying something different. But in my opinion, I feel like he should just stay there. To me, okay, whatever. Your coach ain't good. Your coach ain't what you thought he was, even though we all knew he was trash. Like, he wasn't good at Texas Tech. So why would they expect him to be good in the NFL? Don't understand it. But anyway, Kyler Murray, this whole situation with him, he got to look at things in hindsight. He got to realize that dude, Kingsbury, he's not finna last long. If y'all do this one more year or two, he's going to be gone. So you might as well take your money, do like your letter actually says. Take your money, get your extension, and keep playing for this team because this team is slowly getting good. Like, you got D-Hop still. You got Christian Kirk. You got their tight end that's coming into his own. I mean, all they got to do is have another good draft, sign some good people for a couple of years. I think they'll be fine. So I don't think he doesn't have any reason to leave. I don't see a reason that he would want to leave. Kyler Murray is just, I don't know. To me, though, somebody I was watching on SportsCenter said something real quick. He was saying basically if you want to stir the pot up a little bit, get some footage of him throwing the baseball around and and catching baseballs and pitching. I'm like, oh no, you don't want to do that. I ain't gonna lie to you because you're gonna lose all your little leverage when you do that. Because they gonna say, why would we give you all this money when you gonna just leave for baseball? Sometimes you got to think before you speak. So that part I didn't understand. So Kyler Murray, I think you should just stay pat, stay where you at, and just grow with that team, bro. Don't get me wrong, though. I miss Larry. Larry the Great, Larry the GOAT, one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. Not better than Jerry, though. So, but Larry was one of the most dependable receivers of all time. And that sucked that he retired. I would definitely be upset about that part. But his team is pretty solid. They still got JJ. They're going to have JJ for another year, I think. They still got Chandler. They defense got to get better. Their defense is not good at all. Their defense has to get better because last year, especially in the playoff game. In the playoff game, defense got exposed that year, especially up against the Rams, a team that y'all faced 2 times, though. That's what I didn't understand. Y'all faced them 2 times, so y'all knew what to expect. And Cup torched y'all those 2 games. So you should know who to hold. You should know who's going to go off. You know this team pretty much better than any other team knows them. So for y'all to do that, what was it? I think it was like 32-11, something like that. It was a bad score, though. It was not a good score. They didn't show any kind of life almost the whole game. And I saw Kyler was getting frustrated. But, bro, like, Kyler, you got to get mature, man. That's just straight up what it is. Kyler's, he's still loving the limelight. Once he starts figuring out that, hey, I'll get the limelight more when I win games, then you start realizing he got a little bit more. He got more self-conscious of that this year. I remember all them interviews he was getting when they had that little winning streak going. He was smiling from ear to ear, but you got to stay packed. You got to stay packed. You got to stay the course, man. And then Jimmy G. I'm not even going to stay on him long. He's not a major factor. He did good with the 49ers this year. Of course, beat us. And a lot of that had to do with, I got to say it, like, a lot of it had to do with preparation. Like, that they can't throw the ball down the field, yet you still let them run for so much. Because Jimmy G wasn't the one that beat us. Jimmy G literally threw a pick to help us win. So, no, you can't say that Jimmy G beat us. It's the team as a whole beat us. That's even worse, though. I'll feel better if we were sitting there saying that Jimmy G was the reason they won. I'll feel better about that. The fact that the whole team was the reason that we lost, I don't like that. I don't like that. That means we need to do something different. I don't understand it either. So it is what it is, though. Jimmy G, if you get traded anywhere, I say you get traded somewhere like Denver. You might work in Denver because they run the ball, play defense. Of course, they ain't got Von Miller no more, but they play a little bit of defense. They still got Bradley Chubb there. Chubb is really good. Chubb is good. He should definitely be in the top 100 of NFL players. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Jimmy G, you ain't really got too many options to get traded to this good situation. It's not better than the 49ers. Not that. So I say either you stay packed, be the backup, or, they do their little competition to figure out who's going to be the starter. Or if you're going to get traded anywhere, go ahead and get traded to Denver or get traded to the Colts. I wouldn't say Detroit. I'm not going to do you like that. I was going to say Detroit, but I changed my mind. I don't want Jimmy to get done like that. He ain't that bad. I like the guy. So I ain't going to do him like that. I'm not going to curse his whole history like that. But let's go into this little draft real quick. I think the combine and all that is about to start. I think it started today. But I feel like I already been looking at some of these draft, mock drafts, and I don't like it. And one of the main reasons is number one. Now y'all got the Jags taking the lineman, either the lineman from Bama or the other lineman from I think Iowa. I wouldn't see that. To me, I feel like you have to have playmakers on both sides of the ball. And right now, the Jags don't have a playmaker on defense. They have a potential playmaker in Trevor. They messed up altogether when they drafted Travis Etienne. When you already had James Robinson on your roster. That was where y'all messed up number one, because y'all should have never let Urban been the one to choose that. That didn't make any sense whatsoever. You found a gem at running back, and then you go draft another running back in the first round? What? That makes no sense. Okay. But, yeah, I feel like even though they have the linemen set to go number one to the Jags, I feel like that shouldn't be the pick. I feel like either – and I would take either one, Thibodeau from Oregon or Hutchinson from Michigan. That's what y'all need to take. Y'all need to take a game-breaking lineman, like an edge rusher. You don't need this not even 5-star. He's not a certified, like, bona fide guy that you can see starting for a long time. So if he's not that, do not take him at number one. Don't ever take a guy like that at number one. Because there's no sense in that. That makes no sense. And I guess it's just what it is. It is what it is. And there's a lot of teams with needs. Of course, now the 49ers, they need to get they back end together. They need to get their back end together. The Bears, they need some offensive tackles because Justin was getting hit way too much. They need some wide receivers. They definitely need wide receivers to get him some weapons. And they need some corners. They need some corners because they was getting toasted on defense. They was getting toasted on defense.